What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the very first episode of Sincerely Sigh, a space where we'll slow things down a bit, get open, get honest, and have the kind of conversations that we typically only ever have with ourselves. So get comfortable. So I just recently had a birthday, turned the big 32, and I must say this one hit completely different. And not in the, oh damn, I'm getting old kind of way, but more so in a while, I finally feel like I'm stepping into myself, which it's been a beautiful experience. It's been a beautiful journey. And I know that people often say that they're aging like fine wine, but I really felt that this year. And not just in my recent photos, though, yeah, those photos were given a little Cabernet fantasy, a little Monsieur Merlot, but really I felt that aging like fine wine internally, because wine just doesn't get better. You know, it becomes better through pressure, through fermenting, through time, through stillness. And honestly, I have to say, so have I. So for my birthday, I actually did a photo shoot in the theme of aging like fine wine, which wasn't really about pretending to be a youthful version of myself or chasing this version of myself that obviously is behind me. It was more so about stepping fully into what's directly in front of me. Really confidence without performance. Joy that didn't necessarily need to be filtered, or a body that, I've been working diligently on with true intention, and a face that shows experience but also peace, if that makes sense. So the shoot for me wasn't really vanity. It was more so a reminder to say, look how far you've come, and look who you are becoming, or look at who you're becoming. And really, sometimes we need to create those images for ourselves to remind us of the truth that we can be ready to believe. And one major truth for me is an understanding that the glow up isn't luck. It comes only and mainly with hard work. And I say that because, this didn't really fall in my lap in terms of this development, mentally, physically, spiritually. This has been something that has been years in the making, and I've been choosing actively to prioritize my health in ways that I never before did, by eating better, moving my body, choosing peace over chaos, setting boundaries, and choosing to let go of people and patterns that have kept me stuck in positions that were clearly detrimental to my development. So, but there were days, I can say, where I truly didn't recognize myself, and that's kind of a very upsetting feeling to experience. And now I find that there are more days where I don't want to be anyone else, and that is the most phenomenal feeling to me, to be able to look in the mirror and not only be satisfied with the person that you see, but be proud of that person. So it's really, like I said, it's been a beautiful journey. And if you're watching this, or if you're listening to this, and you're right now in that in-between phase where you're working on you, but the results kind of feel far away, just trust the process. Trust me. You're fermenting, you're becoming something richer, something stronger, fuller. So don't rush that aging process. Just stick with it. Don't rush who you're becoming. And thinking about bitter versus sweet, people love to say that as we get older, we get bitter. I can admit I was people. And sure, some folks do, because to be honest, life can be really difficult. It can leave us battered and bruised in so many different ways. But here's one thing that I know about wine. Bitterness is not bad. Bitterness is simply a note. It's a flavor. It's depth. But bitterness also is supposed to be balanced. with sweetness, with warmth, with, what do they say, with body. And a little bitterness tells a story, yes, but a lot of bitterness just shows that this batch has been neglected, or it wasn't taken care of in the way that it needed to in order to evolve into this beautiful flavor and beautiful depth. So as I age, I'm realizing, I don't want to necessarily erase my bitterness. I really want to balance it, and I want my experiences to continue to give me depth and not damage. I want the pain to, not harden me. I want lessons to refine me and not define me. So getting older hasn't necessarily made me bitter. It's made me a lot better at choosing what deserves my energy, for lack of better wording, So I'm better at walking away from things. I'm better at loving myself, at loving others, and better at starting over. So if that is aging, then pour me another glass. One of the questions I've been asking myself is, what does aging like fine wine mean for me this year? And for me, it's three things. Number one is presence. I'm no longer rushing towards anything or running away from anything. I'm choosing to be actively in the moment and in my body and fully within my purpose. Number two is going to be discipline. I'm fully committing myself to things that make me feel good in the long run, not just small, petty, pretty moments, but, even the hard ones too. Just staying committed to that. Number three would have to be softness. Now, I'm in this space right now where I just honestly feel like I don't have anything else to prove in this life. So yeah, softness to me doesn't necessarily mean weakness. It to me is now a luxury that I have earned the right to enjoy. So soft life Scorpio over here. So if you listen to this, I'm going to leave y'all with my birthday toast, and not just to me, but to everyone. May we age with intention. May we become more flavorful and not fearful. May our boundaries be bold, our hearts be open, and our spirits be rested. May we find the sweetness in ourselves again and again and again. And may we always remember that we are allowed to grow, whether that be slowly, beautifully, dramatically. We are allowed to grow on our own terms. So with that, I thank y'all for being here for my first official episode of Sincerely Sigh. And I'm really excited for what is to come for me, for this show, for us as a growing community, I hope. So until next time, take care, take your time, and let yourself breathe. Sincerely, Sigh.